This is Trey Ism, and you're watching Gems in the Rock.
Gems in the Rock. Got your guest, James Reaves. Definitely, I'm glad to have you back again. Trying to finishing up with the part 3 of your episode. Man, the last two definitely informative. A couple of people has been reaching out, wanting to hear more. So definitely had to recap and just go back to the previous two interviews. We talked about high school, we talked about college, we talked a little bit about the pros, what have you.
Right.
I just wanted to tap into the coaching side of after you came home from across seas and whatnot. You started coaching Athena. What was that experience like coaching that school, and what was the reason, if you mind sharing, of you leaving?
I actually started out coaching at Edison, helping out Coach Scott. I was his assistant with the varsity team. They had a good team. Me and Chaz was volunteering, but then I said, man, I want my own team, so I went over to U-Prep, started on the JV level, had some tough teams, a couple college players. We probably lost 4 games in 2 years.
Wow.
So JV, and then Coach Miller from U-Prep, he stepped down, then I stepped up to varsity. And to be honest with you, that's probably the best coaching experience I've had, coaching at U-Prep. Janathan Williams, Janathan's at UB. James Barnes, who played at Cayuga. Tamar Jackson, Derek Minigan. I can go on and on. Had some good players at U-Prep. We lost 2 sectional titles, one to Scott Fitch at Fairport, one to Jack Leisure. I blame myself for that every day, because we had good teams and we should have won. But I'm not gonna lie to you, they down the stretch they out executed us and they wanted a little more. But I decided to step down because I was in school at the time for, I think I was getting my admin. I was working a full-time job. I owned the gym and I was coaching, so I couldn't fully commit to it. And at the time, DeMond Stewart was my assistant coach. So I'm like, I don't have it in me to get us over the hump. So I need to be unselfish and get that thing up to somebody who can fully commit.
Right.
And DeMond was the guy, and DeMond delivered. So DeMond won that championship. And to be honest with you, when he won that championship, I was happy for him because he worked hard to get a position for coaching. He deserved it. He should have got it at Olympia, but he didn't. So it was the right time to give it to somebody who can get them boys a championship. So
Very passionate, very passionate. Shout out to Jamal Stewart.
Yeah.
And this picture right here, we wanted to go to a segment of what was going on in your mind when you was in this situation. So I'm gonna show you this picture with a player from U-Prep right here.
Yep, Ja'Kai Lucas. So Ja'Kai Lucas, if anybody knows, Ja'Kai Lucas probably a Kyle Lowry type. Stocky
He looked
guard.
like him
Yeah,
too,
Kyle
right?
Lowry, one of the best guards, man, I ever coached. Just a hard worker, not the most athletic, but will lock you up full court, clutch. He now plays at Onondaga. I played football with his father at Edison.
Wow.
So I already had a connection with the kid, but man, one of the toughest players I ever played against. And the sky's the limit for that kid, man. Just a good kid and come from a good family.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
And we have this other picture of you when you was cross seas. Right here. What's this picture Brings back.
Yep, so that's Korihait in Finland. So that's the first team I signed with when I went overseas in 2004.
Wow.
Yep, but that's after. So that was my last year playing in Europe. After I tore my Achilles, I gave it one more shot in Europe. Had a good season. We went to the playoffs. I want to say that was that team's first time making it to the playoffs. I was over there with Nigel Moore, another Rochester great from Wilson High School, and we had a good year, man.
Tore your Achilles.
Yeah, man, that kind of ended my career a little early.
That says a lot to, I mean, I hear that story when people say they tear their Achilles. It's like usually ends people's careers and whatnot.
Right.
Did you know at that particular point, right after you tore it, or did somebody tell you that it's going to be okay? Did you feel like you was going to make a run for it again, or trying to resurge your career at any point?
For me, I've been hurt. I got a lot of injuries throughout my career, so I've always been able to bounce back. But then I started doing my research on players like Dominique Wilkins, who tore his Achilles, and he never was the same.
Never was the
So,
same.
you know what I mean? I kind of knew, I already was not a great athlete, so I wasn't above the rim player, so I knew it wouldn't impact me that much.
Right.
But I really had no lift at all when I came back from it. So I kind of knew it was winding down. And to be honest with you, I was ready. Because, I was an educated brother, so it was time to use that other tool, that I've been holding in the pocket, just using my education. I was ready for a change. Yeah.
A lot of people don't have too many, things to back up on, outside of basketball. And what was it like going through your educational journey to get where you at?
Right. To be honest, I was always a nerd. I was a book smart kid. My mom always stressed the importance of academics. Brothers held me accountable, so academics was never an issue for me. Balancing sports and academics was an issue because, we're going to give it 110% for sports, but I had to find a way to give it 110% for my academics as well. And I had my challenges, but I got through. So academics was never an issue, and which is the reason why I work in schools now. Just the importance of education, what it can do for us. Coming from where we come from, you need an education to have opportunities.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what's up. We got another picture right here for you. Was this the same or?
That was the same team, but
Just
different
away,
year. Because I had braids that year.
Got you.
Yeah, same team, different year. Actually, I played 4 years on that team in Korihait.
And this looked like the home jersey, probably.
Yeah, home jersey. That was the crazy part. When I went there, I left.
You left it?
I got homesick. I'm leaving. I'm going home. And I want to say that's the year my son was born. So I left, went home for vacation. I said, I ain't going back.
Right.
But then I got home. Money started getting dry. I said, I got to go somewhere. I got to go back somewhere. So I went to Germany after that year. Yeah, but that was a learning experience. And I could tell anybody going overseas, be ready for a different culture and a different experience. Have an open mind and understand you're there to play basketball, and if you're about your bread, be about your bag. Because the objective is to play ball, make your money, get home safe in advance.
And send some money back home, too.
Invest it, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the same team or different?
Nope, so that's Mexico.
What you got?
That's in Mexico. That's the year I was in Mexico with Chaz Briggs and Melvin Council. Chaz Briggs was my teammate at Edison, so that was special.
Wow.
Melvin Council was somebody I played against. Crazy part about that, Chaz led the league in blocks. Melvin led the league in scoring. I led the league in rebounding. Wow. So we was balling out there.
Balling out there.
Yeah. We was
signing
balling.
autographs and all kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
What's it like just signing autographs as well, just being abroad? I'm quite sure that kind of, is it overwhelming or?
At first it was, but once you get to college, you're doing it and then you just get used to it. I think too often we look, even if you're a local celebrity, you can't take that for granted because there's always somebody watching.
Right.
So you gotta cherish that moment and be willing and know you're in a public eye and that people's watching you. So how you conduct yourself on social media, how do you conduct yourself in person, your ability to talk, be articulate. Right. Those things are important because people are watching you,
You never know who's watching you from anywhere, even though you're across, the seas, whatever.
Right.
What was it like trying to get used to the coach's language and stuff? How did you have somebody like on the side interpreting? You know.
So in Finland, they spoke English, so the English language. Germany was a little different. Of course, the primary language is the German language, but I did have some people that was translating. In Mexico, predominantly Spanish language, but I actually learned a little Spanish from watching Telemundo and ESPN in Spanish, so I tried to pick up on it. And you know, my thing is this: embrace their culture, learn their culture, because you're there. You need to learn it.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of Telemundo.
Yes.
Shout out.
Yes.
Any weird teammates you had outside of the American teammates across seas that you will never forget, and what story might, you know, stand out?
I can't even share half of it, but I did have this cat. He was out of Florida. His name is Jaja Richards, 7 foot. You ever saw Dazlin from Street Fighter?
Wow.
Big, tall dude, bald head, long. So Jaja, 7 foot, athletic, built like RoboCop.
Wow.
You know, just dunks everything, blocks everything. Just a good guy. Actually, I named my son after him. My son is Jamez, but we call him Jaja.
That's what's up.
Because Jaja was a big 7 foot wild guy with a loving heart. And my son's the same way.
Right.
You know, just a loving kid, but just wild.
Wow, right.
So, you know, he was a character. John Celestin. Remember John Celestin from Villanova?
Oh, nah, they was recruiting me too.
He played for the Lakers. He won the chip with Kobe.
Okay.
Yeah, John Celestin was my teammate in Germany. John Celestin taught me so much about the game of basketball. Solid dude. And Keith Frill. I mean, Chris Carroll. I can go on and on. I played with some pros.
Right.
That we love to watch on TV.
What pro stood out and made you somewhat starstruck when you first got on the floor? Whether you was teammates with him or just going head to head, like
Lazar Sims.
Lazar
Sims, because Lazar Sims used to come to Syracuse guy, legend.
Right.
Played for Boeheim. Actually played with John Wallace and those guys.
Yeah.
But Z used to come up here in the summers and
hoop
with us.
Yeah, I see Z good today.
So watching Z on TV all the time was perfect. I mean, Z, I was a fan, still a fan.
Right.
And I talk to Z probably once a month.
That's what's
but,
up. Shout out to Z.
Z was my teammate with the Razor Sharks.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about he made it so easy for me.
Easy, man.
I'm talking about
Buckets.
6'6" point guy.
Right.
That take you in the post.
Right.
Can pass the ball.
Yes.
And just a floor general. And the way he kept a cool, calm demeanor kind of set the tone for the team.
Why did he make the league and why didn't he?
Z spent some time in the league, but I think Z went overseas too.
Okay.
But to be honest with you, man, I can see Z as an NBA coach in the future. He just
IQ for the game is crazy.
Z was special, man.
Yeah.
He was special, and of course J Dub.
Yes,
I mean, you'd be a fool not to mention J Dub. Even to this day, just seeing his son, Joey and John, play around the way, you know. They got good DNA, man. J Dub was a legend.
That's what's up. So what was it like in this picture right here I'm about to show you?
Yep, so that's the picture we won against the playing for the Razor Sharks. I think we beat a team out of California, SoCal. That was probably our third or second championship.
Wow.
That's the game we broke the backboard. So you can see the tape on my eye and my hand.
Yeah.
So me and Sammy Monroe tried to both catch a tip dunk. Sammy a great athlete, so he had a chance.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie, I probably fronted.
You just went up there.
I just went up there and grabbed the rim. Too much weight on it. Glass broke. Cut my eye, so I was down for a while. Cut my arms up. But we was down that game. Came back in after the second half. Come back. I think I had about 18 points, 12 rebounds that game. We won the chip, so just happy.
Wow. And you came back home and you established yourself with getting these gyms.
Right.
What was it like just telling yourself, you know what, I'm going to give me a facility for me to work out for me, my peoples, and the community? What made you just want to come back? Because there's a lot of people who, you know, are athletes. I ain't going to name no names,
right.
You know, nothing like that. They just don't come back and do things to that nature and whatnot.
Right.
You know, what made you want to do something like that?
So it actually started, and you will keep hearing this theme, and you'll see how we connected Demond Stewart. So when I came home, Stu was home too, and Stu played pro ball too. So we started training kids at the YMCA, and it started with my son and his son. And then all of a sudden it went from 2 kids to 20 kids, but we didn't have enough hours at the YMCA to train kids.
Yeah.
So the discussion went like, well, we got to get a gym because we kind of getting good at this. We building connections. So we got the gym on Lincoln Ave. It was a warehouse. I think Kodak used to do their stuff in there, right?
Right.
So about 13,000 foot warehouse. Bought a floor, invested our own money into it, bought some hoops, and we killed the game over there for about 3 years. After that, we sold that location, right?
Right.
And the Razor Sharks or Fast Break Sports, they own it now. We sold that location. Got another spot over on State Street, right? That place was good, closer to home. Got rid of that one too. Reason being, timing. You know, I'm now an assistant principal and dabbing into the basketball world. I had to make a decision. Right? It's career or passion.
Yeah.
I can still have the passion, but the career takes care of the family and sets the tone for the family.
Yeah.
So on the side, we still do our AAU basketball. We got about 8 teams. You know, we play, travel all across the world.
Is that enough in your DNA of basketball, you think, at this point in time in your life? Just the AAU circuit? And is that why you also abandoned the high school coach thing? You just felt like
Right.
it's just...
So you dig it now. To be honest with you, I'd rather do AAU than high school any day.
What's the biggest misconception about AAU basketball?
One, that coaches only care about winning. 2, that it's a money maker. You don't make money in AAU. You actually lose money because you're always on the road spending money on kids who ain't got it to play. So I'm taking them with me. I'm helping them. You know, you spending money.
Right.
And also, everybody don't go D1. So that's the reality. You're not going to play AAU and go D1. I mean, you still got to be good at the end of the day. And also, I like to tell parents, just because you paid to play AAU, don't mean you deserve to play.
Yeah.
Now, there's no such thing as paid to play. Not at a competitive level, because at the end of the day, you still want to be competitive and show out on the road.
Yeah.
No one wants to drive 8 hours to go down to New York City and get your head bust. Because going down there is real. You're not going to the city with no scrubs and winning.
I mean, when you assemble these teams and they have these parents like that, what do you do in regards to just trying to pull playing time? You know, or do you explain to the kid, you know, it's time and place, or
Right.
because the experience alone, also just sitting on the bench, even though you feel like as if you could play, what have you?
Right.
Do you rotate your kids, or is it like a certain setting, like?
It's a tough conversation with the parents. So initially letting them know, you know, your kid gonna have to earn their playing time. Unless some kids, if you're not even good enough to get in the game where I don't trust you, I don't want you on the team.
Right.
Because I don't want to waste your time, energy, or money. Now some parents be like, I know my kid good, just put him on the team. But then you don't play him as much, and them the same parents that come back to you, I want my kid to play more. So they need to understand every team is not for everyone.
Right.
And I tell a hovering parent quick, or a parent who wants their child to play more, if you feel your child is better than what this coach is giving them, start your own program and do what's best for your kid. And that's not to be funny, it's more of, you got to do what's best for your kid.
You gotta keep it real though.
Yeah, because I ain't going to tell you, if I'm coaching my son, I'm going to build my son to be competitive. And to be honest, I'm going to surround around my kid because that's my investment.
Right.
I'm helping him chase his dream. Now, anybody else that want to come along and work just as hard and be competitive, let's go. But if you're not going to contribute and help us get better, well, you're a casualty. You actually got to go to a different program. And that's not to say we're better than you, it's just we're about something different. So I respect what everybody do. There's different teams for everybody. So I wish kids the best, but stop thinking that AAU is the end-all, be-all, because just because you're on a team don't mean it's going to be the right situation for you. You got to find what's best for you.
What kind of balances do you have training, you know, your kids as far as the academics,
Right.
as well as, you know, the on-court stuff, you know? what kind of things that you know, somewhat tell them?
Right. I'm hard on my kids. I mean, especially that I work in a school and work with kids with academics, and I was a coach. So my kids know if you failing, there's no basketball.
Right.
Nah, it's not even an option. My son actually, his grades dropped to a D. I had to kind of kick him off the AAU team.
Serious.
I mean, it is what it is. There's expectations. So you have to maintain good grades. And in regards to basketball, if you're not working hard, we're not wasting time. We're not going to invest that money.
Appreciate you, man. We definitely got to get you back on the show
Yes.
and whatnot so we can tap into what you're doing. You know, with these kids. Definitely enjoy what you're doing. We outside of a game and training area. Got your boys right here.
You mind if my man?
Yes, I want to get a chance. What's your name, man? So we get a chance. So in case we, get something started right here, we need to get your name so we ring them bells in the near future. What's your name, man?
Russell Ellis.
Russell Ellis?
Yeah.
Okay, where you play for?
I play for RSB.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it tough for you?
Yeah.
What position you play?
I play point guard.
Point guard. Okay. Make sure you hold your head up when you got that ball, man. Point guards are responsible for keeping their heads up and all that. You left-handed or right-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Right-handed? So now you gotta work on your left.
You know this Carl Jefferson's nephew.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, so you already know the DNA.
Okay. To the DNA, all right.
You already know what that is.
Shout out, man.
Right.
That's what's up, boy. Yo, good luck to you, all right?
Thank you.
That's what's up, man. What's your name?
John Reaves.
Okay, Jamez Reaves. And what position you play?
I can play everything.
Okay, still learning the game.
Yeah.
That's what's up. But what are you most comfortable with?
Yeah, rebounds.
Rebounds.
You already know what that is.
That's what's up. It's in the DNA.
Right.
Left-handed or right-handed?
Right.
Okay. And what school you going to right now?
I go to Greece for theater.
That's what's up,
So
man.
you already see what we're doing.
That's what's up. Y'all trying to groom them.
Right.
Good luck to you and definitely stay focused and whatnot, all right?
Alright.
That's what's up. You've been watching Gems in the Rock. We passing information from generation to generation. Shout out to the OGs. Keep spitting that gems and the gems for these kids right here, all right? Reaves, I appreciate you. You already know we definitely gonna get back to you. And man, it's a wonderful thing to see you come back and still have an imprint on the next generation and whatnot. That's what we need. Feel me? So salute
Thank
to
you.
you.
Peace.
That's what's up.
Appreciate you.
Peace.
Yep.
So, if you want to get on the show, Gems in the Rock, just hit me up. Check the email. It's right below. I'll be glad to hit you back. Chop it up. If you want to forward somebody to me, please hit me up. I'll do some research and do the best that I can. And I want to get the stories going. So, I'll let your boy. Peace.